There's something in there. I just know it.
Hello. I don't believe we've met.
Oh, hello. I'm Lenora. Pardon me if I seem a little distracted at the moment. Everyone thinks I'm utterly balmy. Samantha thinks I'm potty. But it's this painting. I never noticed it before. If I know Hogwarts, and I do, an empty frame doesn't appear for no reason. There's something more to this.
Perhaps I'll have a look. Have you
gained any insights about the painting since you've been studying it?
I did discover that casting Lumos has an effect of some kind. But I'm not sure what to do next.
Perhaps I'll have
Are there any other empty paintings like this around the school?
Yes, a few. This entire place is somewhat of a riddle, to be honest. If I can work out the riddle of this one, I'll know what to do with all of them. As good a place as any to begin.
Perhaps I'll have a look.
If I have the time, I may look. Could be intriguing.
I've been racking my brains long enough. I hope you'll have better luck than I have. Do come and find me if you stumble on something illuminating that solves the mystery.
Do we really climb
Lumos.
Revelio. Revelio.
Someone's bound to solve the riddle of the empty paintings.
Hello, Lenora. Could you remind me what's so special about that empty painting?
It's not necessarily special, as far as I can tell. It's some sort of puzzle that I'm trying to work out. Have a look if you're of a mind. Perhaps you can spot a clue that I've missed.
Revelio.
Map. Flu Flames location.
Revelio. Lumos. That spot must be a clue. I should look around in case it's nearby. This looks like the location from the painting. What could be so special about it?
Handy resource indeed, your field guide. I'm most pleased to be included.
Was it 2 pinches of Angelica or 3? That's the last
What are you
time
up
I
to
have
now?
a potion idea that I don't write down.
Lumos. Lumos.
That was it.
Map. Flu Flames location. Defense against the library annex. The annex of the library. Cross button. The library annex. The library annex. Central U. Potions classroom. Professor Sharp's Potions classroom. Cross button. Set waypoint. Square button. Hogsmeade. The three brooms. Spintwitch's sporting needs. Spintwitch's sporting needs. Madame Zonko's joke shop. A joke and trick shop. Ollivanders. Ollivanders. Cross button. Remove waypoint.
Half a bottle of flabbergasted leech, stirred clockwise.
I've always said that travel...
Map. Flu Flames location. U. This is your location. U. The library annex. Central. Cross button. Cross button. Potions classroom. Cross button. Cross button. Set waypoint. Greenhouse. Cross button. Cross button. Greenhouses. The Hogwarts greenhouses where her greenhouses. Greenhouses. Cross button. Cross button. Greenhouses. The Hogwarts greenhouses where herbology class is taught. Cross button. Set waypoint. Cross button. Remove waypoint. Greenhouses. The South Hogwarts region.
Mind.
A dash of powdered bat spleen, I think.
How much? You can't imagine how inconvenient travel was before I invented flu powder.
Hogwarts hasn't been spared. I'd imagine
Lumos.
Map. Flu Flames location.
Revelio.
Statue of Gregory the...
Now,
Handy
was it 2
resource
pinches of
indeed, your
Angelica
field
Hall for
guide.
me?
I'm most pleased to be included.
Map. Flu Flames locate. Defense against the Charms class. Charms class. Defense against the Dark Arts class. The triangle button. Quests. All. Main. All. Level 1. Circle. Map. Flu Flames locations. Defense against the Dark Arts class. The field guide map show triangle button. Open defense against the Dark Arts class. The astronomy wing. The astronomy wing. Astronomy tower. Defense against the Dark Arts. Cross button. Charm. Professor Fig's classroom. Defense against the Dark Arts class. Defense against the Dark Arts classroom. Charms. Astronomy tower. Professor Charms class. Defense against the Dark Arts classroom. Professor. Defense against the Dark Arts. Cross button. Remove waypoint. Cross button. Set waypoint. Defense against the Dark Arts classroom. Professor Hackett's defense against the Dark Arts classroom. Professor Hackett's defense against the Dark Arts classroom. Cross button. Set waypoint. Defense, U. This is the astronomy wing. U. This is U. U. This is your location. The astronomy wing. Map. Charms class. The field guide, defense against the Dark Arts class. The field guide map shows Professor Hackett's classes in the lower section of the astronomy wing. I could get lost in this castle. I may need to use the charm defense against the dark arts class. The field guide map shows Professor Hackett's class is in the lower section of the astronomy wing. I could get lost in this castle. I may need to use the charmed compass up button in the field guide to help me find the way. Rewards. Defense against the dark arts class. The field guide map shows Professor Hackett's class is in the lower section of the astronomy wing. The defense against the triangle button. Open quest log. The Hogwarts. Defense against charms class. The defense against the dark arts class. The field guide map shows Professor Hackett's defense against the dark art defense against the astronomy wing. Collection chests. 0 out of 6. Field guide pages. Triangle button. Map. Flue flames locations. Defense against the dark arts class. The field guide map. The astronomy wing. The wing of Hogsmeade, Brute and Pack. Map. Flue flames locations. Defense against the dark arts class. The field guide map shows charms class. The charms class. The field guide This is your location. The astronomy wing. Defense against the dark arts class. The triangle button. Defense against quests. Or like a mouth to a frame. Defense against the dark arts class. The field map. Flue flames. Defense against the dark arts class. The field guide map shows Professor Hackett's class is charms class. The charms class. Defense against the dark art. The library annex. The annex of the library. Cross U. This is your location. The astronomy wing. Collection chests. 0 out. South Hogwarts region. Flue flames charms class. The field guide map shows Professor Ronan's class is in the astronomy wing. This castle is enormous. I may need to use the charmed compass up button in the field guide to help me find the way. Rewards. Accio. Go to charms class. Triangle button. Open quest log. Cross button. Track quest. The astronomy wing. Collection chests. 0 out of 6. Field guide pages. 0 out of 23. The astronomy wing. Defense against the dark arts class. Cross button. Set waypoint. Defense against triangle button. Open U. Defense against Professor Fig's classroom. Defense against the dark arts classroom. Defense against the dark arts. Cross button. Remove waypoint. Cross button. Defense against the dark arts class. The field guide map shows Professor Hackett's class is in the lower section of the astronomy wing. I could get lost in this castle. I may need to use the charmed compass up button in the field guide to help me find the way. Rewards. Levioso. Defense against the dark arts classroom. Professor Hackett's defense against the dark arts classroom. Defense against the dark arts class. Defense against the dark art. Cross button. Remove defense against the dark arts classroom. Professor Hackett's defense against Professor Fig's class. Cross button. Set waypoint. Charms classroom. Cross button. Astronomy tower. Cross button. Set waypoint. Defense against the dark arts classroom. Professor Hackett's defense against the dark arts classroom. Cross button. The astronomy wing. Collection chat level. Challenges. 1.
I think there were
Nice to see you, my young friend. What are you up to now?
Bit of snot on your nose. Thought you'd want to know.
Revelio.
Painting of Ilias.
I've always said that travel broadens the mind.
Is that all you've got?
Professor Hecat!
Perhaps you'd be good enough to blast each other to pieces on your own time. I get new students every year, but I only have one Hebridean black skull. It was a token from the Great Poacher Raid of 1878. No doubt you've heard of it. Now, you may be asking yourself how an old woman like me single-handedly took out the largest poacher ring in eastern Wales and lived to boast about it. Knowledge. To the wise, age matters very little. Today we will review a spell that has saved me from death at the hands of dark wizards more times than I care to remember. Levioso.
Levioso? A levitation charm?
Levioso! A surprised opponent is a weak opponent. Care to defend yourself, Master Pruitt? No? One thing I've learned as an unspeakable is the value of simplicity, especially in the heat of battle. Now, let's practice what we've just learned, starting with something small.
Steady your wand with left stick and guide it along the symbol's path to learn the spell. Press the corresponding input when prompted to accelerate your wand's motion along the symbol's path.
Levioso.
Now, let's try something a little larger. Let us begin with a basic cast.
Perform a basic cast using R2 button.
See how the dummy deflected your cast? This time, cast Levioso first, then the basic cast.
Break through yellow shields with control spells like the levitation spell, Levioso.
Basic cast. Now, the basic cast.
Levioso.
Lumos. Essential, Levioso. Control. Levitates objects and enemies. Break through yellow shields with control spells like the levitation spell, Levioso.
Now, the basic cast.
Levioso.
Now, the basic cast.
Levioso.
Now, the basic cast.
Lumos. Essential. Break through yellow shields with control spells like the levitation spell, Levioso. Lumos. Essential. Allows you to depulso. Essential. Break through yellow shields with control spells like the levitation spell, Lumos. Break through yellow shields with control spells like the Lumos. Break through yellow shields with control spells like the levitation spell, Levioso. Map, Flu Flames location. Break through yellow shields with control spells like the levitation spell, Levioso.
Levioso.
Now, the basic cast.
Protego. Levioso.
Now, the basic cast. Well done. Very good. But the best way to practice is by dueling. We'll start with you two. Duelists, take your marks.
Time for a proper Hogwarts welcome.
Now, I want a fair duel, using only Levioso, basic cast, and Protego. You may begin.
This should be easy.
Levioso. Protego. Nothing lucky about it. Good form. I know. Stupid fucker.
Okay, Snape. This can't be your first duel.
Let's just say I'm a quick learner. Stupid.
Always doing through this again.
Not bad for a beginner. You give as good as you get.
I put you on the spot, and you rose to the challenge. Points to Ravenclaw.
Thank you, Professor Hecat. Glad to have the opportunity to practice.
If what I've seen today is any indication, we can expect great things from you. I demand excellence from my students. They are capable of achieving it, and they must achieve it. A classroom duel is one thing, but battling dark wizards, or as ever more likely, goblins, is a different kettle of Grindylows entirely.
Understood, Professor.
So, I'd advise you to keep practicing whenever you can. Perhaps Mr. Sallow will have some ideas for you. Again, well done today. I shall reach out soon with additional assignments. All right. That's enough spectacle for one day. Class is dismissed.
I'd hate to face Professor Hecat in a duel.
If you know the right spells, it's dark wizards that'll fear you, not the other way around.
You dueled Sebastian. Always thought Leviosa was for first years. Not anymore.
Nice work.
I enjoyed that.
Well, that duel was quite something. Everyone will be talking about it.
It was certainly good practice.
Practice? It felt more like I was dueling an expert. Sebastian Sallow, by the way. Didn't expect a new student to be so deft with a wand. Then again, perhaps this wasn't your first duel.
I've had my share of wand combat.
I've dueled enough. Consider yourself lucky I held back.
Huh, fair enough. You owe me an honest duel when you aren't. You know, you might be a perfect fit for a certain exclusive, unsanctioned dueling organization.
Sounds intriguing.
Exclusive and unsanctioned. Count me in.
Excellent. Knew I was right about you. If you want to get the most out of your time at Hogwarts, you're going to need to break the rules now and then. Whether it's joining a secret dueling club, or sneaking into the restricted section of the library, you just have to be clever enough not to get caught.
Thank you, Sebastian. I'll keep that in mind.
Good. Pleasure chatting with you. I'm sure I'll see you soon. Perhaps somewhere unsanctioned? We'll see if your performance today was sheer luck, or actual skill. Look for Luke and Brattleby near the clock tower entrance. If you're interested. Till next time.
Oh, I'm not much for dueling. I prefer to keep things friendly.
Off on another adventure, are we? Handy resource indeed, your field guide.
Professor Ronan tends to go on a bit. We sometimes have to remind me to finish the lesson.
Here! Behind you! There is an open seat here.
Thank you.
Hello, I am Nettie. So you are the new student. Have you met Professor Ronan yet?
Shall we begin? Welcome to Year 5 of Charms. Now, this will be a crucial year in your education on the art of charm work, but I am confident that we will take hold with the passion and rigor requisite of such a challenge. Right, now, everyone, please open your textbooks to page 517. But before we begin, can anyone here tell me the difference between the incantations of the color change and growth charms? Anyone? Anyone? I am afraid it is too late to study now. My, the summer months must have really taken a toll on you all. By the looks of it, you all spent your holidays practicing Obliviate on one another. Do you even remember how to perform a basic summoning charm? Well, it seems that we are in dire need of review. Everyone get into pairs and take positions on opposite sides of the classroom. Now let's put those textbooks to use as the blunt objects you so believe they are, and take turns summoning them out of one another's hands. Only one book will be needed per partnership, Miss Dale. Thank you. Get into place now.
Steady your wand with left stick and guide it along the symbol's path to learn the spell. Press the corresponding input when prompted to accelerate your wand's motion along the symbol's path.
Accio!
That is not bad.
You are a swift learner. I see a lot of potential, but remember, potential is nothing without practice. Keep at it. You might just rival Miss Onai here. Very good, everyone. That's enough of that. Well, as you all seem to have the basics down, and it is an exceptionally lovely day, I was thinking that we might have ourselves a little excursion outside for a spot of fresh air. After me. I've always found that fun goes hand in hand with mastery, as I'm sure the Quidditch players amongst us would agree. So, what better than a bit of sport to put our prowess with the summoning charm to the test, right? So why don't we have our newest student start us off?
The summoning charm, Accio, pulls a target closer to the caster. Hold R2 button and press the assigned button to cast Accio and pull a target closer. Press the button again to cease casting the spell.
Very good. Points to Ravenclaw. But there's certainly no sport in playing without some friendly competition. Miss Onai, would you care to give our new student a bit of a challenge? Come on up. You'll be the blues, just as before, and Miss Onai, you are playing red. Clear?
Yes, sir.
Splendid!
Let us see this. There we go.
Happens to the best of us.
Here we go.
Let us make this a bit more interesting, shall we?
I think we are well past interesting at this point.
I'll say.
Enough chatter. Focus now. You will need it. This round settles it all.
Watch this. That is how it's done. Ouch! Well played. Let us see this. There we go. Do not think I will start going easy on you now.